Hello, community transit staff. I'm Alec with Atlas, your fitness specialist, coming at you again with another live video workout. Today we're doing another upper body workout. So as I say, as always, pace yourself. I will go through some instruction, and then I have my timer here, which is going to keep us going throughout. But this is just kind of a rubric and a guideline for you. I'm just teaching you exercises, and then we're going to go through at a pace that I've set. But if at any time you need to slow down, just slow down, take your time, work through the exercise at your own pace. And if you need any personalized guidance, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, or you can call our phone at 425-551-8862, and you can get set up with myself or anyone else for an appointment. With that being said, we're just going to get rolling. So we're going to start getting our shoulders warmed up by doing some nice arm circles at a decent pace. And we're just going to go through about 20 of those. Going forward. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Then I'm going to do a couple extra just so you can catch up. Go backwards. Same idea. Palm out to the walls on either side. Nice and slow, nice and small arm circles. Once we're done there, we are going to close our palm. We're going to increase the circles. We're going to go a little bit bigger there. And we'll pause and go back the other way. Another 10 circles. Okay. Watch me look at my trusty notepad above my camera. We're going to take a break on that, shake it out. Then we are going to take hands, clasp behind our back, pushing downward, opening our chest, getting a little bit of a chest expansion here, just pushing our fists towards the ground. Once we're kind of in this good, comfortable position, all I'm going to have us do is drop our head down gently, rotate to a side. Take a couple deep breaths there. Rotate to the other side. Let's get a nice neck stretch before we get going. Okay, and then come up. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to get on hands and knees, and we are going to warm up our shoulder blades. So to do this, I'm going palms to the ground, wrists stacked underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And all we're going to do is keep our elbows as straight as we can. We're just going to let our chest slowly lower towards the floor. And we're going to press up, pushing through the palm of our hand until we've rounded out our upper back. Just getting a little press there, almost feeling like you're getting a stretch between your shoulder blades in the back. Down, pressing up. We're going to do about 10 of those. Okay, after we've done that, we are going to send it down to the ground, and we are going to do a couple of things to warm up the shoulder blades even further. So I'm going to adjust here. I'm going to get into my live view so I can see where I'm at. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to lie on our stomach first, just like so. We're going to do a light glute squeeze to keep our low backs from getting too much engagement. Getting away from my small blanket ball there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to release our front of our shoulders from the ground here, squeeze in between the shoulder blades, and mostly just expanding our chest lightly. What we're going to do, thumbs to the ground about 3 to 6 inches off our side. We're just going to raise them up while keeping our shoulders from rounding forward. So still chest tall, just going up about an inch, back down. Do about 10 of those. Then we are going to put our hands out at our side straight like we are creating a T with our body, and we are going to do the same thing. So keeping our chest out, glutes are tight, and we are just going to go out, back down for 10. Last one, going thumbs up. You can see better, I'll go this way. We are going to go thumbs up in about a 10 degrees from full vertical here, creating a Y, like in YMCA. We are going to slightly lift, keeping our chest tall throughout. Lift, back down. 10 of those. Almost there. All right, now that we've gotten through that, we have one more thing in our warm-up, then we're gonna move into our workout. So we are going to go back into our quadruped position to start. All we're going to do is round our toes so that they are posted into the ground. We are going to push up through our toes and through our palms until our knees are up. We're going to push it back into downward dog, just like so. We are going to try to keep our back as flat as possible. We are going to walk slowly outward, walk our feet up. We're going to do a couple of inchworms here. Walk it back. If you have more room, you can walk forward more. I don't have too much room, so I'm just going to go forward and back like so. Do this for a couple more rounds. If you need to take a break, definitely do. If you can go further out, go for it. But this is just part of the warm-up. Our shoulders warmed up. Back. There. End it. There. All right. So, hopefully your shoulders feel a little bit more warmed up. You might notice your core gets pretty warm too. It's a lot of work to hold your body up like that. And hopefully you'll be feeling a lot of core work today as well, because today, much like last week, we are doing predominantly body weight. So I have 2 series of exercises that we're going to go through. We are going to be doing 3 exercises up top. We're going to be going for 3 to 4 rounds. Each one's about 20 to 25 seconds of work, 5-second transition to get to the next exercise, and so on to get through the 3. A little bit of a rest so that we can cycle back to the top. It'll make sense as we go. We're going to do that 3 to 4 rounds. We're going to go to another series for another 3 to 4 rounds as well. And then that'll be it. So I'll go through and demonstrate the first round. The first round, we're going to be going through modified push-ups. We are going to be going through a modified back exercise that we can actually use the wall as well as the floor, depending on what level you'd like to work at. And then finally, we are going to be doing some press-ups from the ground to isolate our triceps a little bit more. So, move my timer so it's at the ready. The first exercise, modified push-up. There are a few different variations we can look at doing. Honestly, because we're doing multiple rounds, I'd highly suggest, even if you're someone who feels like they can push out 15 to 20 standard position push-ups, I would recommend considering after maybe a round or 2, if you start getting tired, to consider doing push-ups from the knees in order to not sacrifice form for the sake of getting more reps. So with that being said, first variation is, of course, your standard push-up. Think about if this is my thumbs at about my armpit line, about 1 to 2 inches wider, depending on your arm length. And as we are pushing down, we are letting our elbows come in so that our thumbs are at about our nipple line, like so at the bottom. So getting there, getting our elbows locked to start, lower till we're a couple inches below the ground and back up. We can also modify by going to the knees and doing the same thing. We can also use, we have a sturdy, supportive surface at our disposal, like this conveniently located coffee table, we can do the same thing from here, either feet or knees. Now, with that being said, I wanted to offer one new push-up variation to add a different level of action compared to what we did last week, and that is the overhead press variation on the push-up. So we briefly got into downward dog earlier when we were doing our inchworms. We can use that position to allow us to do a vertical push-up instead of a horizontal push-up. So that will look like is if I get here into my push-up position, I can transition back into downward dog, maybe walk my hands up a little more to get more verticality. And then from there, I can allow myself to do a more vertically oriented push-up. You can use other implements such as a coffee table to create more of a vertical position to do more of a pike push-up. I would say without practice or a spotter, I would avoid doing that for right now. Maybe just start with the downward dog variation. With that being said, that will be our push-up. Next, I want to show you guys the reverse fly, which is our back exercise. So I'm going to show you two variations. I'm bringing you over to the wall. If you have wall space, I would highly recommend using it for this exercise, especially the first round so that you can get oriented to it. I'm going to move this out of our way so I have more room. But for this exercise, we are going to be doing what is considered a back fly, meaning an exercise where you expand to tighten the muscles behind and between your shoulder blades. Because we're not using any equipment here, we're trying to make as much of this body weight as possible. We are going to use our body as the implement. I'm going to show you the more difficult form here on the ground, which is to line up. I'll show you lateral view first. With our elbows down, I do about 45 degrees. It's a little bit easier. Once you get out to about 90 degrees, it gets pretty tough. All you're going to do is push into the ground and lift up, kind of like the reverse of a push-up, and you are going to feel your chest expanding and your shoulder blades squeezing as you hold that position. If you can hold it, go for maybe a 1 second hold, and then control yourself back down. And even though we're not going very far, our core's working a ton. You can tell I'm shaking a lot. And also, we're squeezing the muscles between our shoulder blades. Again, you can go higher. It's going to be a little bit tougher. Your range of motion is going to be a little more limited. That's why I kind of work in this 45 to even 30 degree range. But again, that's pretty tough, especially to do for the duration of time that we're looking for. So my personal recommendation is to do this on the wall to take a lot of gravity out of the equation. Pop this up. So it's the same idea. I'm going to come up against the wall. To add difficulty, you can start walking your feet out. I would suggest starting with maybe 1 foot length off the wall, but keeping your shoulders planted. Same thing, about 45 degrees. Let yourself come down. You're just going to push into the wall and pop yourself off like so, and then lower down. Keep your chest tall. Don't let your shoulders round forward. Keep them nice and low. Pop off the wall, back down. Pop off the wall, back down. I'd suggest holding that for 1 to 2 seconds. Again, if it gets easier, you can try climbing a little bit and going higher. Your range of motion might be a little more limited, or walking it out a little bit further and doing it from further off. The further away you go, the more gravity is going to act on your body against the wall, and the harder it's going to be. So that will be our second exercise, our reverse fly. So for the last exercise, I'll move my handy dandy cat tower that's holding my laptop back to our starting position. Last exercise is one that we did in our last workout together, which is the tricep press up. So side view, we are going to get into a plank position either from the knees or from our feet with our hands in a parallel position. So side view, just like this, laying my palms flat. I'm going to push through my palms and lift my elbows, keeping a flat torso, just like so. And then control on the way back down. Extend and lower. Bring it underneath you. A little more work. Smaller range of motion, still fairly tough, but a little bit easier. Bigger range of motion, a little bit more work. Lower we get. We can also come up to our feet try from our feet as well. That is the third exercise. Really quickly from the front, palms down, that position, pressing up, trying to avoid letting your elbows tee out, but keeping them in that line. It's pretty tough. That is our third and final exercise of the first round. So again, we'll start with 3 rounds. Depending on time, we might throw in a 4th round, but we are going to go about 25 seconds each, allowing us about 5 to 10 seconds to transition before we get into the next exercise. I did allot 5 seconds for the transition. If you need more time, that's totally okay. Just take it out of the 25 seconds in your round. And as we do more sets, you'll get used to the transition and it'll happen a bit faster. So with that being said, let me check on our Facebook page, see how we're doing. Oh, hey, how's it going, Fania? I'm looking from the OBS screen, so I can't really see viewers. I'm trying to see myself in real time. I'll get used to this as we go. But hopefully you've been here long enough to see what we are doing. Push-ups, reverse fly on wall, and tricep press-ups. I got a timer going. You might be able to hear it as we go. Again, 25 seconds on for 3 exercises. We'll get a rest break at the end of the 3, and then we'll go back to the top and we'll do 3, maybe 4 sets. So, get this going. Oh, we're going to get started. All right. Best of luck to you. We're starting in 5 seconds. Okay, push-up position. I'm going to go vertical. Let's go. 25 seconds. Ten seconds. Okay. Time to switch. Same idea. Reverse fly now. Pressing up, lower and down. Try to keep your back flat throughout. It can be really easy to leverage crunching to kind of help as much of your back as possible. Switch back over. Scorpion or tricep press-ups. Whew, these ones are tough today. All right. So that was the first round. Thing that went really quickly was the transitions. So if you need a little bit of time, again, just take it out of the 25 seconds of the work in the series. If you're just hopping in, try to work at your own pace here. We already did kind of the demos of the exercise. I'll do more demos as we're going. We're working for 25 seconds on 3 different exercises with enough time to transition in between. We're going to start with push-ups, and we're going to start going in about 5 seconds. All right. All right, let's get going. I didn't set rounds. Get ready. You get a little bit more time to rest here. That's a bummer. There we go. Get ready. You get a little more time to rest this time. All right. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and go. Whew. All right, 5 seconds. All right, switch to reverse fly. Almost there. 5 seconds. Nice. Last one, tricep press ups. Scorpion position, pressing up. This one's tough for me, so definitely gonna take my breaks as I need it. Go. Pause time at the top. Help me get through all my reps with control, not forcing any of these things. I'm making sure each one is quality rep. All right. Get about 30 seconds rest here. So we have one more round of this exercise, and then we're gonna move on to our second exercise of the workout. Man, we already crested 20 minutes. All right, definitely just gonna get one more of these. Then we'll move on to the next series. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're doing push-ups. We are doing some back flies from our back. We are doing modified push-up for our triceps. Just watch as we go. I'm gonna start with knee push-ups here. And go for about 20 more seconds here. Nice and controlled, take our time. Rest as you need. Almost there. Okay, we're gonna lie on our back. You know, I'm gonna take it to the wall. We're gonna do reverse fly from the wall. Hopefully you have enough time to get here. Posting elbows on the wall, walking out, pressing away, lowering back. Almost there, 8 more seconds. Okay, last one. Press ups. Right here. Press up and lower. I am slipping on this rug. 3. Oh. All right, so it still thinks we're working. We're taking a break. So that was our first series. We are going to move into a more core-dominated series. Still involves a lot of upper body, but is more about stability than it is about anything else. So we are going to go through an exercise known as a drag or a pull through. A lot of times we use kettlebells for this exercise. The onus is to put us in a push-up position and to hold stability through that push-up position and slowly move an object while holding that position. I'm going to use a water bottle. I'll give you a couple seconds, and you can, while I'm explaining, just find some household object. You can use a pillow. You can use a water bottle. You can use a can of soup if you want. The whole idea here is that you're trying to hold this push-up position while slowly and controlled manipulate, disengage one arm at a time. And I'll show you what that looks like here. Switch to OBS view. Okay. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to get my push-up position. Again, this is either from your feet or your knees. That is up to you to decide. I'm going to put this on the outside, kind of in this gap between my wrist and my knee right here, this kind of torso gap. Then I'm going to walk out. I'll just demonstrate from my knees. Idea here is I'm going to disengage this hand, bring it through, grab the object, pull it to a grabbable location outside of the arm that just did that work. So as I come back down, now it's on this side. Bring it through, bring it over, back. Might help for you to widen your stance. It'll stop from some of that wobbling. We actually really want to hold this neutral position and not let our shoulders or our hips wave as we go. And hold this position, disengage, grab, move. It was a very stability-oriented exercise. I will say, if you have to curl to reach, that's better than kind of shifting to the side. The onus is on just as much stability as you can maintain throughout this exercise. We'll do this for about 25 seconds, like our last round. Then when we're done with that, move our object out of the way. We'll come down to our stomach. And like was done in the warm-up, we are going to go through some prone kind of arm motions. So instead of doing Ys, Ts, and Is, we are going to do is start hands out in front of us. We are going to squeeze our glutes to lightly lift our legs, and at the same time, lightly lift our arms. You can do thumbs up, you can do palms down. The idea is we are going to go back, we're going to go forward. When you go back, try to end with your palms up towards the ceiling. When you go forward, either thumb up or palm up, around. Going to do these, trying to maintain that upward position throughout the whole exercise. I'm not going to do this here, but if you would like, this is a great time to actually have some light-weighted implement like a soup can or something of that nature, anywhere from like 1/2 to 2 pounds. That way you can get a little bit more work done. I'm just going to go body weight throughout this, but just know that that is a modification option that you can explore. Finally, once my eyes adjust, we are going to do push-up walks. So this is a lateral walking motion. We are going to get into a push-up position. And all we are going to do is with control, again, try not to let our hips or our shoulders shimmy. We are going to slowly walk from side to side. More steps, better. And we're going to do that for 25 seconds. You can do it from the knees. Same idea, just nice and slow. Get coordinated with it. Take your time. That's going to be a lot of core work. So, like I said, this is going to be a lot of core work. We're going to see if we can't get through 3 sets. So, I made this mistake last time, not going to make it this time. Set it for 3 sets. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds. Remember, drag-throughs, angels, and walks. You're going to get 5 seconds to transition between each of these. If it takes you longer, that's okay. We'll just take it out of the work time. Again, do this at your own pace. If you need to take more rest, definitely do. If any of this was too fast for you today, feel free to go back to the video once it's archived in the video section of our portal for the Atlas at Community Transit. You can access it there, do this whole thing at your own pace. But this is just the pace that we've set for today. So we will get started in 10 seconds. Get water bottle set, item set. Feet wide. I'm going to go from my feet this time. I'm just going to drag through. I'm going to make it harder now. Actually rotate a little bit. Oh, that one was easy. So is that. Okay, get to our stomach. Prone angels. Don't think of this one as a rest. Just think of it as a focus in a different area. Keep the glutes tight. Keep your legs at least an inch above the ground. And keep your chest proud throughout. Find yourself a side.
Work.
5 seconds.
Rest.
All right, round 1 done. We only have 2 more of those, and then we're done for the day. 30 seconds of rest. Let's check in, see how we're looking. All right, I'm flying. Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of this water. Might make it a little easier on me, actually. Now I got less to pull. All right, 5 seconds. Get set.
Work.
Almost there.
Switch.
Pop it down. Start flying.
Work.
3 seconds.
Switch.
Okay, quick rest. And walk. I'm doing a slower walk this time because I noticed I was shifting a little bit more than I wanted to.
Rest.
All right. Oh my God. That's pretty tough. I like that. Okay. Got one more round. I might even modify a little bit because I want to make sure this is a good round. I don't want to keel over before I hit the finish line. So again, modify if you need to. Just work at a pace that allows you to get through this safely, comfortably, and tough, but within a good technique. We're going to go in 5 seconds. Find your position here. Going wide.
Work.
Make it tougher by going out wider, but going from the knees this time.
Switch.
All right, done with those. Last round of angels.
Work. Switch.
All right, last one.
Work. Rest.
Okay, all done. That was tough. That was a little tougher than I expected. Cool. Well, that is the workout for today. Hope you're able to get through it all right. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. But yeah, if you have any questions, need any personal guidance, again, feel free to reach out to us. We are available 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. So we definitely want to see and hear from you. Hope y'all are safe at home. Yeah, if you need any personalized guidance, 425-551-8862. We'll get you to a number that you can reach us. Again, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook account. You can shoot me a message if you need. Other than that, have a great day. I'm going to go take